guys, welcome to Mala's Verse. Welcome if you're new here, welcome if you have been here before. Thank you so much for joining me in today's reading. We are going to look into the zodiacs of Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Pisces, and Capricorn. We're going to look into what's coming through as an advice from your higher self, from not from, for your current situation. So let's get into it. Hi Libra, how are you guys doing? So, before we get into your reading, wow. Before we get into your reading, first of all, I feel Libra, you need to clear your energy, and it actually is evident in your cards as well. But before we get into your reading, take a few deep breaths and breathe out through your mouth. Libra, your current energy is Seven of Cups and the World. The advice coming through for you is the Fool card, Seven of Wands. Just give me a moment, guys. Fool, Seven of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. So your current situation being the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Swords is telling me that you have not the Ten of Swords, but Seven of Cups and the World is telling me that you have actually completed a huge cycle here, a cycle where you were dependent on other people's, not, I wouldn't say, it's not even a opinion of you. Maybe you were taking a lot of advice from others. You already, not already, you always dependent on were dependent on others, or you cultivated this habit that you have to create this kind of a persona wherein you, wow, this is total channeling happening because, well, uh, but Libra, yeah, you probably created this persona growing up to have more ease, to have more freshness in relationships, where you kept on seeking advice from others about what to do next or how to go about a certain thing. You were more dependent on other people's advice, their vision, their perspective about life, and how they created transformation in their own lives. Maybe you were too dependent on this earlier, but that's the cycle that has ended because you relied a lot on people's behavior towards you. So I understand that that can happen because we tend to develop people, not all of us, but people who have gone through a lot of traumatic events in their lives, or disturbing relationships within their family life. They tend to create people pleasing qualities just to have some peace. That's not the case every time, but that's what I'm receiving here for you, Libra. That might have been the case, or maybe it must have been in the world, like in terms of society or in school. You had to face such situations that in order for you to survive, in order for you to stand your ground, you were forced to, in some way, shape, or form, basically it was a survival instinct. In some way, shape, or form, you were catering to other people's emotions more than you were catering to your own. So you were flooded with their ideas, their perspectives, their goals, more than having clarity about who you are. And this is a cycle that's ending for you, Libra, with the World card here. And interestingly enough, after the World, we have the Fool. So literally, the start of the major arcana and the end of the major arcana is present in your reading, Libra. And the advice coming through from your higher self is the Fool and Seven of Wands, which tells me that definitely this is a new beginning. The hiccup is happening in the sense that there is a hiccup or a resistance in your energy here, Libra, and it's appearing in the sense that this new, going from the world to the Fool, or just the world in itself, is endings and beginnings. So you are in this, phase between two worlds. I wouldn't say some of you, I feel like most of you have been thrusted into, or pushed into this new beginning with the Fool card here. But there's still that hesitation of Ten of Swords, of people backstabbing you, of people being two-faced and not helping you out. I'm not saying this is going to be eradicated entirely from your life, Libra, but the thing is, you have gone through this entire cycle, because I feel like this cycle must have been for a few years, if not a decade or two. you have gone through this cycle of being confused by all the acts everyone puts up. And I'm not saying that must have been done by them in a manipulative way. That must have been the case for some of you or in some scenarios, but it could very well have been their own way of surviving and their own way of coping in this world, which you misinterpreted or mistook at that time as the right way or the way to move forward in life. And that's the cycle that's clearing up. You're becoming more of who you are, you're becoming your own person, Libra. And this is daunting, this is scary, because this is something new, and you do fear that what if the past shows up. The advice from your higher self is to know that what has ended. You have to ingrain this and physically practice this into your life. So how can you do that? Journal that. Yeah, journaling would be the best thing. And journaling in terms of, I am in a new fresh or fresh new cycle. I am new in this moment. This is the moment that is the gift. This is where I am. This is the moment that can define my future. This is the moment where I can choose more joy, more ease, more compassion for myself. That's what you need to practice here, Libra. And with the Seven of Wands, that's what though two things are coming up. One is the resistance towards this change because you fear that the past might show up. The other thing your high self wants to tell you about with the Seven of Wands is stand your ground. You have completed this cycle. You have gained wisdom. You are in a new level. You have leveled up. Affirm that towards to you. Affirm that to your inner child. If affirm that to your inner teen as well. Especially teenager years is what's showing up. Maybe you experienced a lot of betrayal energetically, mentally, through words, through gossip growing up, especially in your teenage years. But know that many of those wounds or significant wounds from that era or that period of your life you have overcome, or you know how to work through them now. You are not as, I would say, I feel like the fear is about vulnerability, but recognize that you are not vulnerable to attacks as such. You have gained a lot of wisdom here, Libra. With the Fool card, you are going into and journeying into something extremely fresh, extremely new. Embrace that. Embrace how far you have come. Embrace the fact that now you have the perspective. You can see the pattern or see BS coming from somebody else a mile away, because we have these birds in the Ten of Swords here, and also we have birds here in the Seven of Cups. They're not quite clear or visible, may not be showing up in the camera here, or the camera might not pick up, but there are birds here as well, which is telling me that you have gained a higher perspective, you have a broader perspective. So when the birds are in the sky, they are not just seeing this piece of land, right? They can see to a farther extent as well. Maybe not the entire land, but much more than what's visible right below them, because they are at a higher perspective. And that's the perspective you have gained. You can now detect BS, lies, or off energy, just the energy that's off from a mile away. So entrust yourself with the wisdom you have gained. Entrust yourself with the awareness that you can trust yourself, right? You can trust that you have got your back, Libra. So things are definitely balancing out. You're getting into a place where you are much more equipped to even be helpful or resourceful to others. Maybe these are learnings you will be teaching to others or sharing with others in some way, shape or form, and uplifting them as well, because I was just looking at the Six of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, and we have the Magician too. So your manifestation powers are also clearing up, and so that they might be manifesting, I mean, things might be manifesting for you quickly, or you will be getting clearer about how to manifest them, what actions you need to take. So Libra, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi there, Scorpio. So before we get into your reading, take a few deep breaths and breathe out through your mouth. We are going to look into an advice coming through from your higher self. All right, Scorpio. So your current energy is Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. And the advice coming through from your highest self, for that we have the Three of Wands, Moon, and the Death card. With the Eight of Swords and Ten of Swords coming up for you in your current energy, and especially the way it's presented in Tarot of the Abyss, this Ten of Swords is a little different from the traditional Rider-Waite meaning of Ten of Swords. So, Scorpio, I do perceive that with the Eight of Swords, you might be much more over in your head about your current situation than is required or than is actually true to reality. You might be thinking way too much about the problems and feeling trapped. It's a mental cage or a mental prison that you have created, and in fact you do have the capacity to move out of this situation, especially with the Ten of Swords. The way it's represented in this specific deck is actually about the wisdom gained through all of these swords energy. So from Ace of Swords to Ten of Swords, all this drama, I would say a drama and trauma, because we do have Five of Swords energy, we have Seven of Swords energy as well before the 10, which is about tenacity but also trying to prove that you are right or my way or the highway. And the Seven of Swords energy could represent self-sabotage, as well as it could represent deception from others or betrayal from others. So you've gone through all of that, and you are currently in the Eight of Swords energy, where you might feel powerless, you might feel alone, maybe you feel. So Eight of Swords does represent victim mindset, or being looking at yourself as a victim in your current situation. But with the Ten of Swords, the thing is, Scorpio, you have this awareness that you have gone through all of these swords like situations in your life, and you have gained a lot of wisdom. Just look at the, I mean, illustration here. We have the owl and an old man. People who are older are someone we tend to take advice from, because they have seen a lot more of the world than we have, and they might have some gems to share with us. And that's the energy that you have as well, especially in your mental plane, with the mental fortitude that you have created, the resilience or awareness that you might have created because of all these different challenges or different phases that you had gone through in the recent past or have gone through in your life in general. It is definitely, we have the Hermit as well at the bottom of the deck. It has definitely created a wealth of inner wisdom within you. So you know that you have gained that wisdom, you know that you have become wiser with life, with the experiences you've had. Some of you, I do experience that some of you might be in your older years, or basically you are much more mature, I would rather say, and not so, it's immature energy wise, like being hasty or too impulsive. That could be the case. But because you have gone through a lot of probably treacherous events or situations that had a lot of a lot of challenges that you had to overcome, especially in terms of politics, I feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be politics in the world as it is, but politics that people play, mind games that people play. And you have grayed your hair, so to speak, or talking about it in terms of a metaphor, that you have gained that wisdom as well. But with the but we do have that undercurrent or that underlying energy of Eight of Swords here, where you are feeling that you are bound up. But the advice coming through from your higher self is, it's that message that we see, or the message that's written on our rearview mirror or the side mirrors of the car. Objects are closer than they appear. With the Three of Wands, that's what I'm perceiving. Your results, the ships that you have had invested into, or the goods that you had sent, the returns are closer than you may realize. That's the main message coming through from your higher self. What's happening with the moon and the death card is, especially the way the moon is represented is in this deck, I do perceive that there is a lot about kundalini energy, or the alchemy between feminine and masculine energy within you. Even if it's not alchemy, but balancing out of those energies, there's a level up in balancing out those energies within you here, Scorpio, with the moon card being represented here. So because we do have the 10 of no 10 of swords, wow, we have the death card here as well, which is about transformation. So I do perceive that you're going through a strong transformation, especially on a subconscious level, wherein your feminine and masculine aspects are getting more balanced. So it's releasing a lot of stuff from, maybe you are having memories of the past where things went wrong, so stuff like that could be surfacing up. But this is more so because your masculine energy of action, creation, or discipline even is up leveling, and so is your feminine energy of perception, receiving, abundance. And with the death card here, your higher self is definitely saying it is a process, it is a process, and it's a work in progress. So you will have to be at you will have to be at ease with the fact that things will be a little wonky, but this is because you're birthing a new self, you're birthing a new life for yourself, and unnecessary things have to leave you, unnecessary thought patterns, belief systems, fears that don't serve you anymore, fears that never served you, actually, they have to leave. And that's why this fear or anxiety or agony kind of a situation might be present in this present moment for you right now. But with the Three of Wands, what you need to focus on more is that the return on investment that you want or are hoping to receive is not farther away. It's much more closer than you may realize. It's much more closer to actualization in the physical world than you realize, especially the way it's represented in this deck, the Three of Wands, because the ship is just about to reach here. And how we see it in the traditional rider weight is the person standing on a cliff, but here this person is not even standing on the cliff. They're right near the dockyard or closer to the ship's station, a stop. So it's much much closer than you would realize. But because you're going through so many transformations, you may feel that you are powerless. And in fact, even in this Eight of Swords, if you look at all of these swords, they are all laying flat, they are not even upright, right? You just have to move around it. So push yourself to look at what's going right in your life, and be in that energy of what would it be like when all of these desires or this return on investment that you have been looking forward to, what are you doing or what are you feeling in your body once that has actualized? Feel those feelings. Especially with the moon card here, I would say it's best to do it either in meditation, or I would say not even either or, I would say do it in both ways, which is to do it in meditation and before you go to sleep and after you wake up. So as much as you can reinforce this in your mind that you are leveling up, you're birthing a new life within yourself, and especially your masculine and feminine energies are balancing out. And that's going to take a bit of a toll here. I'm not going to deny that energy because it is apparent, but it's also getting you closer, or it is getting those goods that you have been wanting closer to you as well. That's much much closer than you realize. So Scorpio, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi there, Sagittarius. How are you guys doing? So we have your cards out here, but before we get into your reading, take a few deep breaths and breathe out through your mouth. All right, Sagittarius. So your current energy is Ten of Swords and the Hanged One. I just feel like the collector is going through a lot of crap right now because everyone's all of these signs that I filmed today, all of them until now have gotten the 8 of Swords or the 10 of Swords showing up multiple times. All right. So the advice coming through from your higher self here is the Star, Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. So I wonder if you have some Capricorn, Libra placements as well, and Aquarius with the Star card here. With 10 of Swords and the Hanged One being, excuse me, being in your current energy here, Sagittarius, what I'm receiving is that there is a fear here that's keeping you stuck, especially the fear of being left out or left alone. I perceive that you might have this perspective currently right now where you feel that everyone's going about life, everyone's going about, essentially they are all busy in their own lives, their own wealth creation, life creation, relationship creation, what have you. And I do perceive that you feel alone. There's a fear around, or more than fear, this is, I would say maybe you have some complaints with the universe as well of being alone, of not having someone who is a genuine partner to you. So maybe for some of you it's partnerships in terms of romance, or having a confidant, someone who genuinely and without any judgment, with full allowance, receives you, a partner that sees you as an equal, respects you as an equal, be it in form of a friend, maybe even a mentor, or be it in form of a romantic partner. So not having that is, I mean, like, that wound might be surfacing up a lot, because I do perceive that you might be moving about in life alone. You have just shown utter grit and will and determination moving forward, and right now you are in a state where you feel that no one is there to help you out. You're just people might be, you might feel that you are either just being used, or that you are seeking help, but there's no one to genuinely help you the way you would like to be helped, in the sense where you feel at home when you're receiving this help, especially with the way the Hangman is shown here. Someone who brings you security, someone who brings you assured energy or a sense of safety. That's the energy currently I'm perceiving for you here, Sagittarius. And the advice coming through with the Star card here, and especially, yeah, let's just take one card at a time. With the Star card here, I'm getting two perspectives for two people. If you are someone who is connected with the spirit guides, who does believe in these non-physical energies that are taking care of you, if you do believe in the universe, you're certainly being asked by your higher self to connect excuse me, connect with your higher self, connect with your team in spirit. They are going to give you a healing that will not come from any other place. Connect with your team in spirit, connect with solar energy is also what I am receiving. Connect with the sun. So go out in the sun more if you can. And for the others of you who do not resonate with this concept, what I'm receiving is just dive deep into your soul's mission, and that's, by soul's mission I mean, if you don't particularly know this, or if you are not someone who looks into astrology, or because I'm getting a north node energy here, a north star energy here, so your guiding star. But in your, in the bottom of your heart, you do know, Sagittarius, what genuinely satisfies your soul, and it could be very humanitarian in nature, or if it's not if it's not about humanity, it's something that's uplifting for society in general, that could be a contribution in and a healing energy for others, as well as something about a broader perspective here that drives you a lot, or that really inspires you to take up projects, or to take certain actions, or make certain choices. So dive deep into it. Maybe it's simple as writing songs or writing poetry that is deep rooted within your soul, and it resonates with the deepest parts of you, and you want to share that with the world. So do that. Or basically diving into arts of some form, or a form of expression that is truest to your soul's expression would be very helpful right now. It's going to give you the stability that you have been seeking with the Four of Pentacles. And with the Four of Pentacles, your higher self is definitely advising you not to talk about these targets or these forms of expression, not forms of expression, these outlets for you, like the process of it, or how, where you have anchored it within yourself. What is the goal here? What is the target here? Where's the source of inspiration coming from? Maybe don't share that yet, because you need to first make it foundational in your own reality. So make it foundational in your reality, and then, keep sharing it with the world. But root yourself into this desire or this source of happiness that's existing within you, because that's going to help you get out of this funk of Two of Swords, where you don't know which role to play. Where do you fit in? What do you do with your life? What kind of perspective or mindset should you carry? So all of these things will become much, much clearer the more you invest your time in things that light up your soul, and especially if you take up help from your spirit team, sorry, or your spirit guides. That's going to be extremely helpful as well. But if you do not believe in that, I don't know why I'm saying this particularly for this collective. Maybe some of you don't resonate with this, because you have shown a lot of resilience. Your patience is being tested. So to make the journey smoother for yourself, give yourself the time and grace every day to step into and dive into, rather, these passions that you have, that the passions that light up your soul, because that's going to have not have that's going to create the clarity that you have been seeking, the truth rather that you have been seeking, which will set you free. So that's all that I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi there, Capricorn. How are you guys doing? So before we get into your reading, take a few deep breaths and breathe out through your mouth. All right, Capricorn, just give me a moment. Let me shut this door. It's very windy. Hope it stays like that. All right, Capricorn. So your current energy cards are the Fool and Justice, both major arcana. And your advice coming through is from your higher self is the Death card, Five of Swords, and the Lovers. So with the Fool and Justice card in your current situation, what I'm receiving here is that Capricorn, you have received some sort of clarity for sure with the Justice card. Yet there is a change in the way you are moving about in life, how you show up in the world, how you see a lot of things. Because with the Fool card here, I do perceive that there was this foolish energy, rather, more than being more open to possibilities. There were some things you were ignoring, and with the Justice card, that's what I'm talking about. There's this clarity that has set in, this lesson probably that has come in, where you are able to see a lot of karmic patterns either shattering or clearing up for you, in the sense that you're getting more clarity about what are karmic patterns here in your life in this current situation as well. Or probably you are reflecting on a lot of relationships and the karmic patterns playing out there. Maybe you are even reflecting on the karmic patterns playing out in these people's lives that you are connected with. And so there's more awareness, there's more consciousness that has embedded in you currently, or is still embedding in you. The advice coming through from your highest self with the Death card and Five of Swords specifically is that I perceive, if you were in this mindset of proving your worth a lot, and because of which, with the Five of Swords, you may not have taken the most conscious or the most positive ways to get that result or to prove that result. And with the Death card, what's happening here is your higher self is actually telling that this cycle has ended, this is getting removed or it's releasing from your life. So you have to embrace that even more, embrace this change that's coming in. Because with the Justice card, it's, balancing of the scales, and balancing of the scales is not the most fun thing many a times. uh, because if we are stuck in patterns or beliefs, maybe it's not many a times, but certainly when the balancing of scales happens, when we are ourselves being ignorant of what we need to throw light on, that's when it's going to be, uncomfortable, painful, and even irritating. So your higher self is actually telling you that this cycle of where you were wanting to prove your worth, come what may, in whichever way you could, especially I feel like this could be to a father figure or someone in your life who is a leader in their own right, and you wanted to prove them wrong about, whatever perceptions they had about you. So you did it in ways where you could manipulate the energy, but not in the most conscious ways. Yet the advice coming through or the message coming through from your higher self is this cycle is ending, because you have had profound clarity because of this balancing of scales. And so now, whatever choice you make, Capricorn, with the Lovers card here, just do it from a place of love, and either choices that you make, it's going to lead you or have or create clarity for you moving forward. It's going to lead you in a path where you will find the tools, where you will find the clarity as to, even if this choice works for you or not. And then if it doesn't, you will have the clarity, the safety within you, because you're doing it from a place of love. You will have that safety within you, you will have that assurance within you that you can take a new path. Excuse me, that will create greater for you, that will bring the changes that you've been looking for, that will guide you to the right path. Because we have the Queen of Swords as well at the bottom of the deck. So Queen of Swords here at the bottom of the deck, especially in terms of, an advice coming through from your higher self, how I'm perceiving this is that you might have been a person who does a lot for others, and so when that did not get recognized, you started, moving into this path of proving your worth, come what may. But with the Queen of Swords here being at the bottom of the deck, what you need to realize is that the wisdom of standing on your own ground and saying no whenever it's required, being clear about your intentions, you have gained that wisdom, and that wisdom is coming from a higher consciousness. So you don't have to worry about proving your point or proving your worth rather anymore. You know, not your higher self is definitely in, wanting to encourage you to make choices from a place of love, from a place of balance, in terms of balanced yin and yang or feminine and masculine energy, where neither your masculine energy is outrageously trying to prove themselves, neither your feminine energy is feeling meek or weak in the situation. Both are empowered and both are growing together. They have symbiotic connection wherein both are contributing to each other. And from that space, from that mindset, whatever choice you make is going to create or take you to the pathway or take you to the tools or take you to this clarity that you have been seeking as to where you need to move forward or where your life needs to go. So, Capricorn, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. So, before we get into your reading, take a few deep breaths and breathe out through your mouth. All right, Aquarius. So your current energy is Two of Cups and the Queen of Swords. The advice coming through for you is Eight of Wands, Death, and Queen of Cups. So, Aquarius, your current situation with the Two of Cups and Queen of Swords seems to me like there is there's a lackluster energy in your relationships. You are not feeling fulfilled in relationships, or maybe the relationships that you have currently are not at all aligned with what you have, or what you have been looking for in relationships has not come by, even though you've done a lot of research. And I perceive that you may blame this on your nature, because in some way, shape, or form, because you seem like, with the Queen of Swords, someone who has a lot of power in some way. Like, you are in one way or another at a position of power. You have a lot of say in a lot of things, which could be intimidating to people, or your words specifically could be very sharp, even though you might be just talking about or sharing truth or your opinion from a very non-judgmental and non-biased perspective, but it might come off as being rude. And so with the Two of Cups, I do perceive that that has probably affected your relationships. With the Eight of Wands and Death card coming up as the advice coming through from your highest self here, Aquarius, what I'm receiving is that don't try to quicken the process of getting to know somebody. Don't be hasty about it, in the sense that you might have a structure, or a list rather, about what a relationship, you might have a structure in your mind, or a list in your awareness or in your mind about what an ideal relationship is like, which is okay, which is great to have clarity, but you might be too quick to jump to the conclusions of, or jump to the stage where you can tick mark those check boxes. As I was saying, like, you can tick mark those check boxes and feel at ease. Okay, finally I have reached there, because there's this swiftness in your energy to actualize before things need to actualize. So your higher self is actually asking you to be in this Queen of Cups energy more, which is more in tune with your emotions, more in tune with your subconscious mind as well, rather than looking at relationships with too much practicality. There is a need to introduce, and I am not even, it's not about you not being loving, it's more so about how you perceive yourself in the relationship as well. Are you being kind towards yourself? Are you being compassionate towards yourself when interacting with someone else, or are you giving into tendencies of pleasing others in some way, shape, or form? That's what you need to realize here, Aquarius. You need to be very clear about how you're approaching the relationship, and not just about approach, but are you fulfilling yourself also emotionally? Are you filling your own cup before serving somebody else here? Because the lackluster energy in your relationships is more so because you are not tending to your own inner child, because we have the Page of Cups also at the bottom of the deck. So I wonder if you run away from emotions, or deeper emotions, Aquarius. So give yourself the opportunity, rather I would say the gift, to sit with your emotions, feel them, and move through them. You don't have to dwell in them, you don't have to reject it. Just move through these emotions and become friendly with your emotions, because that's going to help you have a more nurturing relationship with your subconscious, where you can understand, wherein you can understand what beliefs are serving you, what beliefs are not serving you, and accordingly work, which in turn will bring in the right people, or even the right energy within yourself, which will help you have a better approach, or a healthier approach, and a more sustainable, not fast and furious like the Eight of Wands, a more sustainable and long lasting approach towards your goals. So I feel like if there is any form of escapism happening in relationships, that's a wound you may have to look at with the Death card here and release. It's a time of shedding what is not serving you, especially the swiftness, the need to actualize things quickly. So that's all that I have for you, Aquarius here. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Dear Pisces, how are you guys doing? So before we get into your reading, take a few deep breaths and breathe out through your mouth. Relax a bit. All right, Pisces. So your current energy is 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. No, this is how I would like to put it. And anyway, and your advice coming through from your higher self is the World, 10 of Cups, and the Page of Swords. With the 3 of Swords and 10 of Swords, brutal energies, Pisces, but this is telling me that, with 10 of Swords had come in first. So what I'm perceiving is you have gone through an ending that was clearly not comfortable, and comfortable is probably the least in that degree or as a word to be used. It's more so extremely painful and a lot about mental agony, a lot of pain in the mental area or mental phase. Oh, no, not the phase, mental body of yours, essentially. So you realized a lot of things or learned a lot of things about mind games that people play, the fears that people might project onto you, or fears that they have themselves, which may reflect in your own life in some way, shape, or form. And you understood who is for you or what kind of energy is certainly supporting you and what is not. I do perceive this to be associated with home life or your home. Only apply what is true for you. For some of you it may not be your home life, but it's generally about, with the 10 of Cups, it is giving me the energy of what is your idea of happy home. So with 10 of Swords, essentially you understood a lot about mind games or how people move mentally and their mindset, and how what kind of an equation it creates between two people, what, and within that equation, or because of that equation rather, what kind of situations do you face, what kind of situations come up, what energy is telling you what. It's a lot of what's like this, where you were understanding what the energy essentially is, especially mentally or intentions wise. And with the 3 of Swords, the way it has been represented in this deck or illustrated in this deck is quite different. This is more so in terms of, it's celebrating that Saturn and Libra energy, where Saturn is exalted here, and Saturn is a tough planet. But with Libra, it is Libra, I would say, is justice, and even relationships, it's karma and scales. So with Saturn coming into Libra here and showing this, this illustration being shown the way it is, it's like you have learned a lot from this book of life. And all of this wisdom is getting ingrained in your mind, in your psyche, in your subconscious, and you're learning genuinely, not genuinely, you are learning the truth of how energy works, how people work, how even karma works in terms of relationships specifically. So that's your current energy. And karma again is showing up with the World card here, is what I would like to say, in Saturn energy as well. So your higher self is so these cards are representing the advice coming through from your higher self, and with the World card and 10 of Cups, when I was talking about your idea of a home life or a happy home, that has completely shifted. It has completely changed. You've become a child again, but it's through a lot of wisdom gained because of multiple karmic cycles you have gone through in probably the last few years or a decade, or it could be even lesser amount of time, but you've certainly seen a lot of karmic cycles end, and so you are at a precipice of a new beginning. So with the 10 of Swords still being here in the current energy, that energy lurking, I would say your higher self is definitely pointing towards the fact that there is an ending. You can take a breather. It was meant to help you move forward and gain wisdom about, as I was mentioning, relationships, about karma, about how our intentions work or have more impact, even more impact than our actions as well. So what is the what is the intention behind our actions? That's, I think, like, that's the learning you've had, and that is what you're ingraining right now. Just taking actions for the sake of it without having pure intentions or intentions for the well-being of everyone involved, it can have adverse effects, and that's what you have learned. There's definitely a lot of um, emotional maturity that you have embodied through this journey, or finally you have embodied. It was all knowledge based, but now you've embodied it in your psyche, in your subconscious, with the King of Cups here. You're much more stable, and you will be much more stable in turbulent times. And with the Ten of Cups, your higher self is certainly letting you know that your idea about what a happy home is, or what used to be your idea about what a happy home is, has completely shifted. And with the Page of Swords, you are being prompted towards explore through your consciousness, through your light, through connecting with your soul's light. What is a happy home? What is a happy family? Explore that for yourself. Go on that adventure and discover that truth that aligns with you, Pisces. That's the main advice coming through. So, Pisces, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye.